The newly formed verbal friendship contract between Kelly Farrell and Portia Williams on a recent episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Baby, that thing is null and void. DOA, somebody call the coroner with the body bag to come pick up the friendship that never was. Yeah, it's over already. How do we know? Because they down there on Beyonce's internet talking about it, acting a fool, tweeting, posting, Instagramming, and all of that. We're going to talk about how it got started, when they supposedly made up, in the fallout of the friendship that never was. Right after my intro plays, you guys, go ahead and like the video, subscribe to my channel, and hype me up. And I'll see you guys on the other side. Everyone knows the best conversations happen in hair salons. And guess what, beauty? It's your appointment time. So grab your drink, grab your wine, grab your friends, and let's talk. My name is Tanya. I'm your host, and this is Sweet Tea. Welcome back to the Sweet, you guys. My name is Tanya. I'm your host. This is Sweet Tea, and this is going to be my first ever voiceover video. Yeah, I'm not feeling too good. I'm a little under the weather, but I'm not feeling bad enough to miss out on this tea. Y'all already know. We got to talk about it, okay? We all saw Porsha and Kelly supposedly make up, squash their beefs, their long-standing beef. Well, long-standing considering it's been going on since Kelly has been a cast member on Real Housewives of Atlanta. And this is her second season. But she came out the gate popping, came out the gate swinging at Porsha, asking her former BFF, Shamia Morton, why did Porsha sleep with that married man? Or why did Porsha steal that woman's husband? Or yeah, that's what she said. Why did Porsha steal that woman's husband? Referring to Porsha's ex-husband now, Simon Gobadia, and his ex-wife, Fallon, okay? Ex-wife. Because Porsha is the most recent ex-wife. I think he's got 5 of them. Anyways, I digress. But anyways, Kelly came out the gate swinging at your girl, honey. And y'all know Porsha got to get her lick back. So this season, Porsha hit Kelly with some allegations about going with a married man and sleeping with him at the BET Awards, and swore that she was the receipt because she was there when the guy was texting his friend, and she was with the friend, and the guy was talking about, Kelly said something about Dennis in the background and all of this stuff, a bunch of stuff that really made no sense, you guys. It really made no sense at all. And even the Porsha fans, y'all have to admit that didn't make no sense. You have to admit it. It didn't make any sense. And not that I'm not a Porsha fan. I find Porsha very entertaining, find her comical. She cracks me up. But would I trust her? I'm not stupid, okay? I'm not stupid. Anyways, beautiful girl, though. Beautiful girl. Can't take that from her. So Porsha and Kelly had this beef, and it was really awkward, especially for people like K. Michelle who didn't know anything about it when Porsha brought that up in front of her. Fast forward, y'all, Kelly and Shamia, who was Porsha's former BFF, have developed this really, really close bond, and Kelly has been put out of her house. Not put out, but she moved out because she had a restraining order against her by her neighbor. I did a video on it. Y'all go check that video out, and I'll tell you all about why she moved out of that condo. And Shamia stepped up and let Kelly live in her townhouse, beautiful townhouse. Great gesture, right? Great gesture from a friend. So Kelly and Shamia have become close. They're friends. They humping on each other. They real tight, but not tight enough to share a room. They didn't want to do that in Dallas when their room was dirty and they couldn't find other accommodations. It was a problem really to, share a room. They didn't really like that. They just like to hump in the daytime. But I digress. Shamia's probably gonna feel very vindicated after this fallout too, y'all, because Shamia called it. Shamia said it. She said it. She said she's seen it before, and you know, she would know that was her former BFF. I'm sure they have made up, fallen out, and made up several times. But this last thing that they found about, oh, they not. There's no coming back from that. It's over. Their friendship is over. Shamia and Porsha are over. So I don't know what happened with Kelli and Porsha, but Shamia called it. But I've seen this before. We got this, okay? And still move forward if it's something else you want to talk about. Let's do it. For sure. I'm not buying it. She would know, right? That's her former BFF. She's probably been in this roller coaster, in this friendship circle, and ups and downs in their relationships several times during the course of their 10-year best friend relationship, right? So, anyways, y'all, let me tell you guys what happened. So, y'all remember Shamia also said that she hooked Kelli up with this new guy, right? Who Kelli is referring to as Jarvis. And Jarvis recently came out the pocket $70,000 for Kelli to have some new teeth, to get her teeth done. And which is awesome. Like that's amazing. The issue is that Phaedra is also giving Kelli pro bono legal services and advising her and filing motions for her and donating services to her with her husband and the divorce and the kids not being able to film and all of that. And see, the thing about it is, you guys, when you owe someone money, they feel like they can count your pockets. It just is what it is. That's how they feel. And not that Phaedra was charging Kelli anything, but she's not charging Kelli anything because she knows Kelli don't have no money. So when this man spends $70,000 on Kelli's teeth, Phaedra has something to say about it. And y'all know she's a confessional gangster. And so she let us know in her confessional how she really felt.
If a man comes to me offering me teeth when I actually need money to pay my bills, I am going to be smart enough to say, just give me some Crest whitening strips and give me the
Yeah, so Phaedra wasn't liking that. And so
$69,972
Phaedra's
for
pretty
my
much
bill.
just saying the math ain't mathing, sweetheart. Like, why am I giving you free services when you had access to $70,000 and you chose to spend it on your teeth? Phaedra might be like, it might be some things she wants to get done too. And she's thinking, well, hell, I could have used an extra $10,000 and got this done or bought this or did this for my son. Phaedra also is a single mother of two children, right? So, because I'm sure Apollo ain't paying that, that much in child support. Phaedra got those kids, I'm sure, in the best schools, wearing the best clothes, and she's trying to be financially responsible for her two boys that she's raising pretty much on her own financially. And you out here blowing 70 G's on your teeth when I'm doing you a favor. So I don't blame Phaedra for feeling some kind of way about that. And Phaedra, I think, because she was doing that, she felt a little salty. So Phaedra was like, the math ain't math then. You know? The math is not mathing. So I guess Phaedra was feeling some kind of way about it. And she went down here to the internet and reposted her confessional along with the caption, the math ain't mathing, right? And when she did so, she said the math isn't mathing. And when she did so, Porsha commented, teach the hobbits. Teach the hobbits. Okay? And y'all know they always refer to Kelli as the little hobbit. Or Britt Eady actually gave her that name. Um, Last season when they fell out. She was like, you little hobbit. So yeah. So I'm sure that Porsha would not be calling her new friend a hobbit, right? Unless they didn't already fell out. They have already fallen out. And then if we were wondering, like, was that shade what she meant? What the hell was going on? Baby Kelli clapped back. And Kelli says, "Hey, buckaroo. Not everyone wants the Mr. Ed special. My smile is just how my man likes it. Small and bright." In all caps. Of course, the sponsored queen managed to make my attorney's post about herself. Meanwhile, her body, house, teeth, car, all sponsored by an African with a pulse. Mm. And then she signed it, The Hobbit You Hate. Okay? Yeah, The Hobbit You Hate. So clearly, y'all, this friendship is over. And it's just got me thinking, like, what happened to this whole spiritual experience you guys had, right? That's how Drew described it.
Last night was liberating and very spiritual. And I just felt like for the first time we were able to really come together and like in Phaedra's room. It was
And during that scene, you guys, when they were making up, Drew was going through a lot in her own personal life. So Drew may have felt a little something, she may have felt a spiritual something going on. She was bawling, crying the whole time. And I really don't think that Drew was acting or putting on during that scene. But clearly, the friendship contract did not last at all. The verbal agreement that was sealed with a hug did not last at all. And so someone even said, but Porsha even thought it. Porsha thought that she felt something spiritual as well, right? Y'all remember what she said?
I felt it last night for sure. And I think it's understood between Kelli and I that I hurt her and she hurt me, and we were just gonna keep going back and forth. And at the end of the day, I'm
Guess that didn't last long.
blessed that it took a
Guess
turn.
that didn't last long at all. Are you guys shocked though? Are y'all shocked that it didn't last long? Because honestly, I kind of am. I'm kind of wondering what the hell happened, right? And so someone even said under the post, like, I thought y'all made up. And then Portia responded, keep watching. Reunion is around the corner. So clearly something happened or was said or done at the reunion that has ended this little quick um, ceasefire that they had, okay? Because they was firing shots at each other every episode, and not no small ones either, right? But I really think that Phaedra was feeling some kind of way too after just finding that out. Like, how'd you get your hands on $70,000, Heifer, and you got me doing something for you for free? This is my profession, okay? Like, I might have felt some kind of way too if I was Phaedra in that situation. And the reason I say that I think that Phaedra really felt some kind of way about it is because behind that post, you know how you can have the layered post or whatever? So behind that post, the next slide said, I'm not good at math until my paycheck looks funny. Now I know calculus. Okay? So Phaedra like, how you not paying me nothing? Even though I volunteered, how do you accept and not pay me anything when you had your hands on $70,000? And it's decisions like that, like getting Shasha died and spending thousands of dollars on her, buying your daughter 16 purses for her 16th birthday, spending $200 on a Tom Ford t-shirt for your confessional, you know, spending all that money on glam and makeup and all those expenses that she ran down with that CPA. But yet I'm doing something for you for free. And if you got this rich man, tell him to pay your legal fees that I'm paying for you, right? If you want the teeth plus the legal fees, if he can drop $70,000 to get your teeth done, then he can definitely drop Phaedra 17,000 for these legal fees or however much she charges to get you up out of this mess, right? Like what's the difference? 70,000, 7,000, 70,000, whatever. Like pay the woman. That's what Phaedra is saying. And then she said, when my money low, I don't feel good. I think I might be diabetic. I know that's right, Phaedra. Like it make you stressed out, make you worried. Kelly know how she feels. Stressed out and worried about money. Just because Phaedra may have it doesn't mean you should take advantage of it, right? And so I could understand Phaedra having an issue with that. And maybe it's because Phaedra and Porsha are rekindling their friendship that I don't know. I don't know why. We'll have to wait to the reunion and see. We'll just have to wait and see. Or do you think that it has something to do with Kelly's loyalty to Shamia? Like maybe she went in on Porsha behind Shamia. Or you guys, this is another thing. Let me tell you what else Phaedra said. Phaedra said, "Why is it that every time you start feeling rich, a bill is due?" In other words, Heffa, you on TV talking about your $70,000 smile, you ain't paying me nothing. I could write your ass a bill for all this work I'm doing for you for free. So don't start walking around here feeling like you rich because you got your $70,000 smile when you still owe people money all over town. Like there was just a judgment or something. Ooh, come to think of it. Come to think of it. Phaedra reposted this confessional. I wonder if it was after the news came out yesterday about Kelly's RHOA check possibly being seized or garnished for to take care of this judgment, this 200 and something $1,000 judgment against her. Maybe that's what Phaedra was referring to. Like if you got this kind of money at your disposal, why are you putting it in your mouth when you got people coming after your check? And then I'm giving you my services for free. Yeah. That's where Phaedra was probably coming from. And then Porsha took it as an opportunity to, let it be known, baby, we not cool no more either. Okay? Because Porsha been on the road here down on the internet, exposing people's business, honey, saying that Shamia going with pastors and um who else did she say Shamia was going with? Oh, her best friend's husband. Yeah. That's what Porsha said. Portia's on the roll. And Porsha honestly might need to consider getting herself or speaking with her attorney because she said that about Shamia, and Shamia is very litigious. Shamia had no problems sending Angela a cease and desist about saying she was going with the Falcons players, right? And the Hawks players. So if Shamia does not send Porsha a cease and desist, then does that mean it's true what Porsha said? And is Porsha not worried about it? But it's Porsha get my lick back Williams, and she gonna get her lick back. And then Porsha's the kind of person that would rather ask for forgiveness than permission, right? So I'm not gonna call my lawyer and say, well, can I get in trouble for saying this? I'm gonna say it, and then I'm gonna ask you for your forgiveness when I find out I was wrong, right? But we all see with this thing with Kelly that the script can flip really, really quickly, right? And so I just don't know what's going on, you guys. Pop off in the comments though. Let me know what you guys think. What are your theories about what happened? And let me also say this, okay? In the spirit of throwing Shamia a bone, and that's not saying she a dog. Don't come for me saying you just said Shamia a dog. No, that's just a phrase. It's just a little phrase. Throw somebody a bone. So let's throw Shamia a bone here because not only did Shamia call it and say that she's seen this before, but not just Shamia, but I'm gonna give a special vindication to Michelle A.T. Alien. Okay, because Michelle was saying that Porsha made up with Kelly in order to ice Shamia out, and that Porsha made up with Kelly, and they brought it up. She and Drew brought it up there at that table in order to trigger Shamia. And I took myself on her show and I asked, why couldn't Porsha just have been sincere with Kelly? Why couldn't that have just been a sincere moment? right? And I really didn't mean that. And it wasn't that I was being a Porsha apologist or a Porsha defender. I really sincerely wanted to know, why couldn't it have just been a sincere moment between Drew, Kelly, and Porsha? But Michelle been in this game a long time. Like she says, she's the blog goddess. And Michelle has been in Atlanta a long time, and she knows these people personally, some of them. So maybe she knows Porsha more than us regular viewers, you know. Even though I've been watching since the beginning, I only know what I see on TV. I'm not privy to her family, her friends, and, you know, her reputation around Atlanta. So maybe Michelle knows a little bit more than us. You know, she's the blog goddess and all. So shout out to Michelle AT Alien. Public admission that I was wrong. I was wrong, clearly. Or was I? Do you guys think that Porsha was sincere and then they fell out afterwards? Or do you think that Porsha was making it with Kelly really to ice Shamia out? Was that all a part of the plan? Y'all, I'm so confused. I'm so confused. Porsha, you gonna stop doing this to me. You gonna stop, okay? Because as soon as I throw you a bone, you gonna make everybody look stupid by falling out with the girl, you know? Good Lord. This thing is keeping my head on swivel. How about yours? Y'all let me know in the comments what you guys think about all of this. If you guys have stuck around till now, thank you so much. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel, hype the video up. It's my first voiceover, right? How do y'all think it went? Let me know in the comments, okay? Constructive criticism is always welcome, but y'all keep it cute. Keep it cute, beauties. We're too cute for that over here, okay? See y'all later. Thanks for watching. Hope to see y'all next time in the suite. Peace out.